Now at 6, the Carl Junction Marching Band hosts its annual Marching Band Festival. Plus, the community of Ware honors its town's history during homecoming celebrations. And the PKY Skateboard Park in Parsons, Kansas holds a skateboard competition for local skaters.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Quapaw, Oklahoma man is dead after a crash near Baxter Springs, Kansas between a semi and a pickup. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Elise Noe. It happened around 6 p.m. yesterday on Highway 166 west of Baxter Springs. Authorities say both vehicles were traveling east with the pickup in front. And they then say the pickup slowed down to turn left when the semi went into the left lane and hit the pickup. The driver of the pickup was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. A passenger in the pickup, 58-year-old Jeffrey Sappington, was killed. The driver of the semi was not hurt. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us for a first look at weather.
All right, it's been a beautiful Saturday across the area. However, we have now some scattered showers and storms moving in our direction from the north, passing through the Kansas City area right now, producing some hail in some localized spots. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Kansas, south and east of Manhattan, west of Topeka. All of this is moving towards the south and east, and so the northern parts of our viewing area over the next couple of hours are going to start to see those storms moving in. So if we take a look at the forecast for this evening, we're going to see those scattered storms around 68 degrees at 9 o'clock and then dropping down into the 50s by tomorrow morning, double nickel by the low. And then tomorrow, sunny Sunday, partly cloudy for your Monday, but then some more storms the middle part of the week, and we're going to go into an unsettled pattern, and I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit.
Thanks, Sam. Carl Junction hosted its annual Marching Band Festival, where schools from across the state come together and perform in front of judges. Every band varies in size from about 30 students to over 100 students. They are judged on multiple areas, and after each performance, every school is given feedback to help them improve in the future.
So they'll judge, how they're playing together as a unit, their phrasing, the musicality, the marching style. There'll be another caption. We have a guard person who's watching all the flag twirlers and stuff like that. Overall general effect of how the show is put together. And we have a percussion person too that specifies in that area.
My favorite part is watching the other bands. I like seeing what they have going on. Like last year I liked a Joplin show. It was really interesting.
The top 10 bands will compete tonight for the finals at 7 p.m. The city of Ware is celebrating their homecoming this weekend. Part of the homecoming celebration is to remember the town's history. Presenter and host David Wallace invited community members to share their stories, memorabilia, and acknowledgement of the history of Ware.
I've had the involvement of the museums around town, around southeast Kansas. I've had involvement from the McCune Museum, the Galena Historical Museum, the Nature Center in Galena. Miners Hall Museum has really done a bang-up job.
And the tent was set up from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's one of the biggest involving the workforce shortages. More and more people between 18 and 24 are choosing not to get traditional 9-to-5 jobs. Joe Hickman shows us the problem is so prevalent. The Missouri Job Center in Springfield hosted a roundtable discussion on what to do about it.
Some 40 Springfield area employers were part of the roundtable discussion. And the overriding message they shared is that when it comes to hiring and retaining young workers these days,
we're all frustrated.
And those frustrations are wide-ranging. They talked about a lack of basic skills.
I just assumed that people would know how to sweep a floor. They would understand the process of seeing trash that needed to be taken out. And we're finding that those are actually skills that we're having to set very explicit expectations of what that looks like.
We also see that their response when you say, do you understand? This is how we do something. And their response is, I know. And they don't know.
They also pointed out there were problems with feelings of entitlement.
In my opinion, a lot of young adults are just chasing the dollar signs, so they just look at how much does this pay, how much money am I going to get on Friday?
And after 90 days in there, they feel ready for a supervisor position. This is the first.
You have to work your way up. You don't just walk in and be the boss from day one.
It's not good enough to just say, do this. They need to know why and probably a little bit how that will benefit them.
And even problems with not showing up or being incapable of handling job interviews.
How to leave a voicemail, how to shake a hand.
How to dress when you went to an interview, how to speak and look up and give eye contact and understand the value of what you bring to the table.
We're going to do more mock interviews. We're going to do more job shadowing, and we're going to make sure that when we're working on resumes, we're going to pull from their life experiences. I think that was a very key thing that we got today.
Lacking good social skills was an overriding theme at the conference, which was blamed on the younger generation's constant use of social media.
That's all they know. They've had a cell phone since they were 5 years old. That's their communication method now, rather than actually sitting down and having a conversation with someone. And that has now created the inability for them to communicate.
We're going to work on managing anxiety with our young people, because so many of them, because of the barriers they have such anxiety, and we need to teach them how to manage that on the job.
Nationwide, some 72% of 18 to 24-year-olds are looking at alternate careers that involve self-employment, preferably at home, with more flexibility in their schedules. And that leads to a lack of motivation about traditional 9-to-5 jobs.
We have to start with them understanding that they have to want to gain skills. They have to want to have a job.
COVID started it, and a lot of people, I would like to be able to do that myself. But not every job is going to be able to be a remote job.
The employers know, though, that they too have to give those potential employees a reason to be motivated.
Our generation, I just knew I needed to show up and work. There wasn't an alternative. So the onus was on me as an employee to do what I need to do, and I think the onus has changed to the employer. How does the employer need to show up to support these young people, to engage, to retain, and to build a really strong workforce?
Coming up, skaters from around the 4 states battle it out at the PKY Skateboard Park in Parsons. Plus, the city of Joplin holds its annual city auction. We'll take you there. Local skaters were able to show off their tricks today at the PKY Skateboard Park. The annual Battle for the Cup skateboard competition showcased skaters from all around the area. The event included music, skater meet and greets, and of course, skateboarding. Prizes and trophies were rewarded to first, second, and third places in each skill level, best trick contest, and best run.
We usually give away the skateboards, t-shirts, and stickers and stuff like that. There's a couple local skate groups that are out here today.
I usually go in intermediate, but they was telling me I couldn't, so.
This was the 15th annual all-day competition. Today, Joplin hosted their annual surplus auction at the Joplin Public Works Center. Guests could come browse and bid on items like power tools, bikes, furniture, vehicles, and more. Viewings for the items took place on Friday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., but today approximately 200 people attended the auction to purchase their desired items.
Well, it helps us recoup some money on items that we purchased in the past, and then each department benefits whatever department the items come from. The money goes back to that department.
Mostly just come up here to look for something to buy to make a little money on or something.
For more information, including a full list, visit joplinmo.org/auction list. A little later, the Missouri Southern Lions football team hit the road and take on Nebraska Kearney.
And we have some showers and thunderstorms moving in our direction. I'll let you know what that means for the rest of the weekend forecast when we come back. Well, we've had a great start to the weekend so far with lots of sunshine this afternoon. We started out cloudy this morning, but with a few sprinkles around. Now we have some showers and thunderstorms moving in from the north, but right now things are looking pretty good at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort down in Seneca, Missouri. You can see just a few cumulus clouds. They're off in the distance. We made it up to 82 degrees today, which is exactly where we're supposed to be for this time of year. Not anywhere near that record of 98 back in 54. We were a little bit on the warm side this morning though. It's 64 for our low and 59 is normal. So we were just a little bit above today. Of course, we're way behind on the rainfall, but hopefully we can get some rain in the rain bucket tonight as we have some scattered showers and storms mainly up toward the north. Has passed already through the Kansas City area, producing some hail in some of these cells. Nothing severe at the current time, but there were some severe storms with this earlier. Zooming in on the activity up towards our north, you can see around Ridge Hill, a thunder shower there, extending on over towards Osceola. This is all gradually moving to the south, so our northern counties are going to see those scattered showers and storms over the next few hours. Once the sun goes down, a lot of those storms will start to dissipate, but we'll see those scattered around this evening. Temperatures right now are very pleasant, generally in the upper 70s to lower 80s. 80 right now in Yates Center and in Neodesha, as well as Independence, 70s elsewhere, including Miami with 79. Dew points are in the 50s and 60s, so it's a little bit more humid today than it was yesterday. And as we go through time, we're going to see the dew points drop off tomorrow. And then as we go into Tuesday, the dew points are going to rise back up into the 60s. And that's ahead of the next storm system that's going to be impacting us mainly on Tuesday night into Wednesday. And you can see on Wednesday, the dew points are going to be up there in the mid 60s, helping out with those rainfall amounts. Rain chances tonight are going to be highest, and then as they go through the evening and overnight hours, it's going to start to decrease as that wave rolls by, and tomorrow should be mostly fair. If you're heading out to the lakes tomorrow, I know a lot of folks are, Elk City Lake right now is about 5 feet below where it's supposed to be. Grand Lake is not that bad, or a little over a foot below normal. Same thing over at Table Rock, they're about 2 feet below normal. Stockton is way low at almost 5 feet below normal right now. So if you're heading up there, you might want to take it easy. Here's a look at the system that we're dealing with tonight. That's going to rapidly swing through and be moving out of our area by tomorrow. And then as we head through the middle part of the week, a piece of energy is going to come in from the west and kind of meander around for a few days, and that's going to keep us unsettled. And as a result of that, rainfall amounts on the GFS model by the middle of the week is looking pretty impressive. Hopefully this model will verify, especially in northeast Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas where we desperately need the rainfall. So hopefully we will get some rain in here. Tonight, we have the scattered showers mainly up to the north, and then temperatures will be dropping into the mid-50s tonight. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with northwesterly winds, highs around 80 degrees, just like today. And then as we go into Monday morning, we're going to see lows again in the mid-50s, maybe even some upper 40s up to the north and east. And then as we head into Monday afternoon, increasing clouds with highs in the lower 80s. And then as we go into Tuesday morning, scattered showers will be possible out towards the west with lows in the upper 60s to around 70. And over the next 7 days, here comes the unsettled weather as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, continuing on into next weekend. But still, temperatures are not going to be that bad for this time of year with highs in the 70s and 80s and lows in the 60s.
Well, you definitely need that rain.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Sam. Still ahead, a big high school volleyball tournament takes place with multiple Southeast Kansas teams in attendance. And the Pittsburg State Gorillas finished their game with a wild ending. Brock Balderidge has those highlights and more next in sports.
Well, both of our local MIAA teams played their first 2 games of the season on Thursday nights, and now both squads get back to their regular routines on Saturdays as the Lions and the Gorillas hit the road for the second straight week. Pittsburg stays undefeated going on the road against another undefeated team in Central Missouri. First quarter, Pitt State down 7-0. Chad Dodson going to launch this down the field to Colby Katzis, who makes a tremendous catch. We're tied up 7-7. Katzis will have 200 receiving yards in this game. Third quarter now, Pitt State's tied 17-17. Cleo Chandler is going to take the handoff, and he is in for the touchdown. Gorillas get their first lead of the day, 24-17 Pitt State. To the fourth quarter now, we're tied again, 24-24. Who's always open? The tight end. Dotson goes to Devon Garrison, keeps his feet in bounds, touchdown Gorillas. They're back in front, 31-24. Late fourth quarter now, we're tied yet again, 31-31. Dotson to Mario Kirby, who's wide open in the end zone for the touchdown with 1:48 left to play. 38-31 Pitt State. So now, the play of the game, Pitt State leads 38-37. Central Missouri's going for 2 for the win, but they are stuffed, and Pittsburg State will stuff it. And never a doubt, the Gorillas survive a barn burner of a game. Pitt State beats Central Missouri by 1 point, 37. And Missouri Southern is also on the road this afternoon. The Lions pick up a big-time victory as they beat Nebraska Kearney 18-13. The Lions are now 2-1 on the season. Luke Sampson goes 18 for 28 with 174 passing yards and a touchdown. Jaden Stoshak had six catches, 75 yards and a touchdown, and Javion Marlowe had 71 rushing yards and a touchdown. Missouri Southern's back out at home next Saturday against Northeastern State. We will also have highlights from this game right here tonight at 10. High school volleyball is well underway in the state of Kansas, and this weekend a collection of 10 local Southeast Kansas teams get together for a tournament in Erie. Late morning volleyball action as the Frontenac Raiders are facing the Fredonia Yellow Jackets. Raiders won the first set, so in the second set, Fredonia's Zoe Sims puts the nice touch on the ball. She finds some open floor. Later in the second set, it's going to be Sims again as she puts a little more juice into it this time. Yellow Jackets hanging around, but here come the Frontenac Raiders. Kendall Matlock is going to tap this one over the net. There's no one there to pick up the dig. So now it's match point for Frontenac as Lucy Anderson with the big spike there. And that will do it. Frontenac beats Fredonia 2-0. Next door to the main gym, the host of the tournament, the Erie Red Devils, are facing the Girard Trojans. Early in the first set, Erie finds some momentum as Mackenzie LaRue is going to give enough velocity on that ball to go off the hands of Girard. Still in the first set, Erie goes back to Jackson Powell as she's going to find some open floor there. The Red Devils starting to feel good, but Girard starts to settle into this game now as you see Erie's Ella Burnett going to go for the kill, but Girard's Rachel Bennett is there for the block. So that will set up Maddie Custer as she will get the kill, and Girard is going to take the first set. So we head to the second set now. Rylea Franklin is going to tap this one over the net, and that's going to set match point for the Girard Trojans. And then Rachel Bennett's going to serve it up, and Erie just can't handle it. And that's the match right there. So Girard beats the host team Erie 2-0. Well, last year these two teams played. It was all Kansas State as they dominated the Missouri Tigers. And this year, Kansas State plays Missouri again as Mizzou gets them on their home field, and we get to see which team's going to answer the call on this Saturday. Starting off with the first drive of the game, Will Howard takes the snap, and this ball is going to be deflected, but Phillip Brooks is there for the touchdown. Wow, what a play. 7-0 K-State. Later in the first quarter, same score, Brady Cook steps up and delivers a huge throw to Luther Burden, who makes the catch for the touchdown. Tiger fans wondering, where has that been for Brady Cook? Tie game 7-7. Second quarter, Mizzou down 14-10. It's 4th and goal. Cook with a fake play. He takes it in the end zone for the touchdown. Mizzou leads 17-14. Third quarter now, game tied at 17. Will Howard with a Tebow jump pass to Ben Sinnott. Touchdown Wildcats. Mizzou getting a taste of the Colin Klein special there. Cats lead 24-17. Fourth quarter, Missouri down 24-20. Cook dumps it off to Luther Burden. His speed does the rest. 26 yards. Mizzou takes a 27-24 lead. So 3 seconds left in the game. It's tied at 27. A penalty pushed Mizzou back 5 yards. Harrison Melvis from 61 yards out. It is good. The longest field goal in SEC history. Mizzou, M-I-Z, upsets K-State as the Tigers win it 30-27. In Oklahoma now, down in Tulsa. Not too often these two teams meet, but that was the case today as the Sooners are on the road facing Tulsa. And it was all Sooners today from start to finish. OU picks up the big win, defeating the Golden Hurricanes 66-17. Oklahoma State back in Stillwater tonight, facing the South Alabama Jaguars. The Pokes and the Jags are just getting underway in Boone Pickens Stadium, and at the moment, still the first quarter, South Alabama an early 3-0 lead in Stillwater. Last but not least, the Kansas Jayhawks are on the road out west, facing the Nevada Wolfpack. Hopefully, most fans of the Sunflower State can stay awake for this game as we have a 9:30 p.m. kickoff time out in the Silver State. That'll be it with sports. We'll be back with more news right after this.
A World War II veteran from Texas is asking others to help celebrate her 100th birthday. Ethelyn Bell wants 100 birthday cards. The Texas Land Commissioner's office shared a photo of Bell holding a sign with her address for anyone wanting to send her a card. Her birthday is October 4th. Belle was just 21 back in 1945 when she began serving in the Army Nurse Corps.
She'll probably get 100,000.
Right. I hope she gets all the birthday cards she can.
That's right. We have some storms on radar up to the north. They are moving to the south, and so we're going to be keeping an eye on those for you. And then as we head to tomorrow, looking great with temperature around 81 degrees. More storms middle part of next week.
You know, looks good to me with the rain. We
Absolutely,
need it.
we definitely
Can't
need it.
complain. Final
Well,
sports note.
a team that survived today, Pittsburgh State, great victory for them. I know they're undefeated, but you know, that was a really tough win, especially to, you know, to block that 2-point conversion. So big win for Pittsburgh State. They'll be back at home against Nebraska Kearney next week.
Looking forward to it. And that's our time for now. Thanks for making us part of your night.